Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale by Cyril Marchetti and text by Barbara Moore. I use the Gilded Tarot, which is another version of the same deck. This is like the upgraded version with the Royale, I believe. There's a website here if you want to check it out. There's a few. Llewellyn.com, but I think there's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram there too. Can't really see it at the moment for myself, but I think you can. Also, usgamesinc.com has Cyril Marchetti stuff, so if you're interested, enjoy. Go ahead and track those down. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. There's the full spelling of each of their names if you're interested. On the back here is a few websites. There are a few websites. SheWhoIsArt.com, I notice, usually. Feel free to freeze frame and check out any of the others, of course. And enjoy. Okay, if you want to, of course. Of course. Okay, what do we have for Libra? You've got these 3 cards face down over to the side. I want to know what those cards are so bad. but I keep feeling like, not the time. Not yet. Let's wait for the right moment to bring those forward. I feel like there's something better. It's like we need something a little bit better, is what I keep feeling. Oh. Well. Trying to get answers. When this one popped out, it feels like it's the strongest card. I need answers. I'm not getting them. Somebody is... Oh, how do I explain this? I like baking analogies. I can use that one. I just hate the... I'm trying to make a cake. We're just going to do that. So, what do you have? Flour, sugar, butter, eggs, baking soda, stuff like that, right? It's not even that they're giving me one ingredient at a time. So, for example, say I need 2 eggs. They're giving me like, it's almost like they have it cracked in a bowl, and I'm not even sure that's 1 egg. It looks like it's like maybe 1 egg, could be half an egg. And I'm like, that's how they're giving me the information. It's like, I need a cup of sugar, and they're giving me like a 1/4 cup. Or they're giving me like, a bunch of sugar packets, for example. I need a cup of sugar, and they're giving me a bunch of sugar packets, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? Maybe you put milk in this bread. Maybe it's one of those. And it's kind of like, well, we have powdered milk, and you're like, that's not what I'm looking for. But you can use it, and you're like, I don't want to. It's not quite the level I need. No, thank you. This is how the information is coming, though. It's kind of like, I'm not getting the full ingredient, and then once in a while, they're like, that's the information you need, and you're like, no, it's not. Not at all. No. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm trying for answers. I got this Page of Pentacles, like, I don't feel like I can really press my luck with it, whatever that means. I can't press my luck with it, whatever that means to you. Is there more we can get with that? It's frustrating. If this is happening, it's frustrating. It kind of makes me want to kind of give up on it. But you got the 3 of Cups and the Emperor here. Okay, so Emperor is a good card, but sometimes they can be a challenge for Libra. The Emperor can be very bold and very brash and very brutal, and Libra likes to kind of work things out, to work with people, to not destroy resources, but to kind of realign them and kind of like, all right, this isn't working here, but let's kind of like pull it together, recategorize it, dismantle some things nicely, and then reapply them later. And the Emperor is like, that's just wrong, throw it out. Get it out of here, it's wrong. Not that the Emperor is always that brutal, but they can be very much like, it's wrong, we're going to get in there, and we're going to call it out, and we're not putting up with it anymore. It's definitely a more brutal energy than you are. It doesn't really, like, the Emperor's like, fix it now. Libra's like, let's sort it out and make sure we don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. So it's kind of like, when these two energies come together, they can be extremely profitable. They can be extremely enlightening. They can do great things together, but they got to be able to work with each other and respect each other's things. Like, the Emperor's like, I'm not going to sit here and wait all day. But Libra's like, okay, I understand that, but at least give me like at least a few hours to see what I can do to work this out fairly peacefully. So the two of them together can actually make great things happen, but they usually have a very difficult time working together. And I feel like I'm stuck with this, kind of like it's uncomfortable. It is good, but it doesn't feel like this isn't ideal for how you would like to do it. How's that? Currently, you might even be backing off, kind of like, you know what, they don't want to give me the information anyway. And it's becoming exhausting trying to get it. So maybe I'll just ignore it for now. Like, I'm not getting anything anyway. I feel like I'm left out in the cold. So, you don't want to tell me? Maybe I don't even want to know. Maybe I don't even want to know. I feel like you're fed up. Like, I'm like stuttering all of a sudden because it's very frustrating. 5 of Pentacles is what you're getting. You're left in the outside. The other side, 2 of Swords. You're not getting anything, and they're not willing to give it anyway. It's not like you're stuck on the outside. You just can't find the right way in the building. It's like they not only locked the doors, they locked the windows. They barricaded the doors and windows, and then they like locked the gate outside too, so you can't even get in the yard. It's that bad. It's kind of like, oh, okay. That's how this feels, though. I'm not saying it's that bad, but that's how it feels. I can just see the house, but I have no idea what to do with it. I can't even get in it. I can't even get in the yard because I just. Like, I know there's a fence, I know the front door is red, I know there's some of this over there. I can see, but the information I have is so, like, I have no idea what's in there. No idea what it looks like inside there. All the shades are drawn. I can't tell. I have no idea. I need that information. Can't seem to get it. How is this going to progress forward? Is this going to progress forward? What is this situation? Is this like a lost cause? I don't know. We got farther to go. We got to get a little farther in this. Whoever's blocking you, a lot of earth energy. Like there's one more card I'm going to show you in a second. You got the King of Pentacles. You got the Hermit, which is an earth card. Sometimes talks about Virgo. Doesn't have to be a Virgo you're dealing with. But it just says fortified. The way they're treating the situation, the way they're handling the situation, they stand right behind it and they have no intention of changing at the moment the way I'm feeling it. And they can hold this for the longest time. They're very good at holding the line. Earth energy, all elements have their good and bad points, right? And it's a good and bad point for Earth to hold the line. It can be very good, it can be very fortifying, it can be very stabilizing if it's something we like. If it's something we don't like, it can be viewed as stubborn and holding things back and just not letting go. There's more coming in with it. I'm going to show you this other card. There's 2 cards I'm seeing here. It's kind of showing me there's a lot of emotional drive behind this. There's whoever's holding back the information is one of 2 things. They may not be that nice to you, or they may not see you very favorably. They may not see you very favorably, so they just don't want you a part of it. So they're purposely blocking things. Or there's something they already have in line. They don't want anybody's opinion or ability to change things, so they're blocking people knowing what they're doing so that nobody has a chance to change their trajectory. The question is if they like you or not. If they don't like you, then they're just blocking you because they don't like you. It's a possibility. There's a version here where they do like you, but they're like, yeah, but I don't want your input. I don't want you being able to change things. I don't want you moving ahead. I don't want you doing anything. I just want you to stay where you are and just wait for me to do what I want. And when I'm good and ready, I'll do what I want, and I'll do it the way I want. I don't want you to do anything other than I specifically told you. Kind of like if I want 5 red marbles on the table at 3 o'clock, then I expect you to have 5 red marbles on the table at 3 o'clock, and that's all I want you to do. I don't want to talk about why I want those marbles there. I don't want to talk about where they're going to be tomorrow or anything like that, or what the purpose is behind them. I don't want you to know that because I don't want any other ideas from you. I've decided what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, and they're very, very much that way. Their plans are gonna go wonky. Their plans are gonna go wonky. The Tower card is coming in for them with the 3 of Swords. Whatever they're trying to do, whoever this is, It's crashing. It's not going well. I feel like they painted themselves into a corner. Can we get a little bit more on that Three of Swords? Ace of Cups comes in. The Empress comes in. I saw this as a person, but I wanted to be sure, so whatever they think they're going to do, somebody else is changing that. Best analogy I can give you is somebody's planning a trip, and someone else is like, well, that's my car, so bye, and they take the car and leave. So it's kind of like, and their trip was centered around using that car. It reminds me of like when you live at home, or years ago when I used to, and your parents let you use their car, and you're like making a plan to make a day trip somewhere, and they're like, well, sorry, I got to work today, and I didn't get my ride in. The person who usually gives me a ride wasn't able to take me, so I'm going to use my car to go to the place to make a paycheck for everybody to have what they have. So I'm going to use my car today. You're not going to have it. And they take the car and leave, and you're like, I had a whole day trip planned. Hope you find another way to do it because you're not using my car today. And boom, there they go. For whatever reason, that's how this feels. They were making a plan. It's like the rug right out from under them. Gone. They didn't include you in this. They didn't tell you anything. Maybe if they did, I'm not trying to be facetious, but I feel like I'm facetious. Maybe if they did, this would have gone differently, but they didn't. There's nothing you can do. You're stuck. This makes me also think, like, whatever they might not even have said anything about what they were planning, that there was going to be a day trip or anything. All you know is that plans failed, not exactly what those plans were, because they didn't want to tell you those plans, so you don't know exactly what failed. All you know is that something failed, and there's nothing you can do about it. This card upside down, was it financial health? Yep. You can't help it. You can't heal the situation. You can't do anything because you were blocked, which there's no reason for you to feel bad about that. If they feel bad, well, all right, well, then they feel bad. There's nothing for you to feel bad about. These 3 cards. I want them so bad. Ooh. You have a very compatible energy with this. Okay, so I want to be nice. I want to be nice. Power's going over to your side. That's the short end of it. Because whatever was supposed to happen, it's like if there was supposed to be a day trip, other people were expecting it to happen. They may not have known exactly what was going to happen, but they were relying on this person to do something. Like, it was like, for example, maybe everybody took a vacation day, and now they're like, now what do we do? Day trip's been canceled. We don't have means of transportation. So I don't think you're finding out there's a lot of details that are missing here, but I'm getting like somebody, for example, if there's a group of people and this one person was blocking you, they failed. They just failed. Now everybody else is like, well, we want to do something. I wonder if the Libra has ideas. It's an analogy, but Libra can roll with the punches. I know you guys are very good with that. So maybe it's like a Saturday for whatever reason. Maybe it's a Saturday, you have it off. You have some things going on, but they're okay things. Maybe you're like, there's just some things. Maybe you were going to do some work around the house or the apartment or wherever you are. I was going to clean some stuff up. Maybe I was going to do some work, just maybe. I didn't have anything set in stone, but whatever. People are like, hey, we were going to do something today, but those plans fell through. What's going on for you? It's talent. I see the moon. Is that the moon? I think it's a moon. I think it's the moon behind. I keep feeling like, there's this opportunity for things to change, and I feel like this moment, my first thought is the more gracious you are with it, because people are upset. They're not like angry upset, but they're kind of like disappointed upset, kind of like, oh, we were going to have fun today, but that's not happening now. No fun. The more gracious you can be with this, and this could be your moment, kind of like people are thinking, oh, we're not going to have fun now. We were going to do this and that, and now we're not. The more gracious you can be with this, the longer it lasts. Whatever that means. Because I get like people are unhappy. They don't know what to do. So they're just kind of saying, what's going on with you? These are all on the side. Like, they all come up on the side like this. You don't have to do this. This is totally elective. But I feel like you might be able to stabilize something that fell apart. It's kind of like maybe you have access to transportation. Or maybe you're like, my aunt lets me use their pool and have friends over every now and then. Let me check with them and see if that's okay. Maybe we could all hang out there. If you guys want to bring some food, we can have a little barbecue and hang out at the pool and just have a good time and just have a relaxing day. You might be able to bring back some of the fun. Maybe it's not totally what they were going to do, but it's still something good to do, something enjoyable, right? You might be able to restabilize it. You will get the information you're looking for this way, especially like if you're more graceful about it, which I feel like Libra is good with graceful. Be careful how you talk about the situation. Like, simply because I feel like people are upset that things didn't work out, but we don't want to get them in an angry energy. Just kind of like, oh, maybe next time energy. Oh, maybe next time. Hopefully that works out next time energy. So then they start talking about what was going to happen and how it was going to happen and where they were going to go. That you just kind of get the information. The more graceful you are, the more information you get. And then you get this card, which is a very compatible card for Libra. I feel like once I realize the ins and outs, if I can get this information to find out what was going to happen, who was planning that and why they were blocking me or whatever, were you even included in the plans? Were you not? I just feel like this will help you just make automatic decisions going forward. Kind of like, oh, that's what they were going to do. That's fine. I wasn't included in that. That's interesting. I feel like I'm just kind of like going to look at this differently. Kind of like, you know what? With certain people, they don't think about me. They don't want to include me. So maybe I need to kind of just keep that in the back of my mind and start moving away from situations that include them. Not in a negative way, just kind of like they don't really want me around. Maybe I don't need to be around them. But who else who's beneficial to me could I gravitate a little stronger to? Maybe there's people a part of this same group who do like you more than that person at least. I don't know what that is, but and I start gravitating and just making it me and them. Maybe I'm just doing one-on-ones with some of these people and just having good times with them and showing them, aren't I fun to hang out with? Don't you have a good time when we're hanging out? Like, we can help each other and do things well. You have great ideas. I'm very helpful. Libra's very helpful. I feel like you're just going to go on autopilot and you're going to make certain decisions when you see the picture for what it is. Like, I really keep getting, like, the more graceful you are, because people are upset. We don't want to get them in an angry energy. That doesn't help you. But I feel like they might tell you the truth and like, this is what this was and that's what that was and I thought that would be cool and it wasn't my decision to make for that, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, I get it. That's cool. But I feel like this whole situation can restructure in your favor. It seems to go on autopilot. It seems to go on autopilot once you get to this certain level. If you get the information you need, kind of like the answers you couldn't get before, I feel like you might get after the fact. But it's not so much about what was being created. It's about who was making what decision to not let you in and what they were doing to keep you from getting in and why and all the other good stuff. I think I already said why. But like, because there might be some reiterations, but like I keep feeling like the why keeps coming around and it might like get more defined every time the why comes around. Kind of like you get a little piece of it. It's kind of like, oh, I can see a little part of an A, I think that is. And like the next time it's like ART. I wonder what that is. BART, and you just keep getting more pieces of like the why. You'll go on autopilot on this. I don't even think it's hard for you once you get the information. But the fact, and like I also like I'm very interested to know what ways and why. The why is a big one. But the different ways that this person was trying to throw you off, because I feel like they were just causing issues. Whoever it was, I'm not, like, it's subjective. Maybe they do, maybe they don't care for you. I don't know. It's a general reading. But it's kind of like the fact that they purposely work to keep you out of a situation, it's not going to work for you. So it's kind of like I have to rebuild this in a certain way to where I'm in more power. I have more information. Again, you're going to go on autopilot is what I'm getting. You're going to keep moving, but you're going to be on autopilot and you're going to solve this without much effort. Once you get that last piece of information, well, I shouldn't say the last piece. Once you get this flow of information coming towards you, it feels more like a flow. It starts flowing your way again through this other means. I feel like you're just going to make the needed decisions to just move on from that energy peacefully. Move on subjectively. Like maybe you still have to deal with whoever this is, but you'll find a better way to not have to be held back by them. Took me forever to get there, but there we go. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.